In order to give us some realistic logs to work with, I wrote a script called log generator that's included in the exercise files. If you have Python installed, you can run it directly with Python, but let's run through running it with Docker. The first thing you'll need to do is run docker pull Ubuntu 22.04. If you don't already have it downloaded, or if you're on a slow network connection, this might take a while. The next step is to build the image. So that's docker build, and then -t for the tag we're going to name it with. And we'll give it a name log generator, and then dot. Let me clear the screen again. So the command to actually run the log generator is docker run, and then we'll say -v, because we want to mount a volume of the current directory inside the app directory of the container. So the way to do that is $ curly brace pwd, that's print working directory, and then :/app, and then a space, and we'll say -h, so set the host name, and we'll give this the name web, and then -d means we want to detach from the screen. We don't want it to just hold our terminal. And then we'll say log_generator for the image name and hit enter. If it works successfully, you should see a really long string of characters output, and you can run docker ps and it will show you the running container. You can also do ls out and you'll see the log files appearing. Let's go back to our web browser, and I'm already logged into Splunk, and we'll go over to add data. The first time you go to this, you might see this tour. I'll just say skip. We want to scroll down to the bottom and go to monitor files and ports on this Splunk platform instance. And we'll select files and directories. And we need to specify the directory where our logs are showing up. So I'll paste that in. And we'll start with the access log. Then we can just click next. We want this to be set to continuously monitor. So in this case, it's actually correctly detected our log type, and it says source type access combined. This is the kind of format you'd see on like an Apache web server in the access log. So it's correctly identified that, and it's actually pulled out the date, which it then separates out into a separate column. If it hadn't found the correct log type, you can select it here. There are quite a few default options. This is under web, access combined. It's also possible to manually specify some of the things here, and you can pretty much do any format you want. This is a little out of scope for this course, but you can find documentation for how to do this on Splunk.com. So we can just click next. Here for setting the host, which is what machine these logs came from, Splunk doesn't know from the log itself what the host name is because it isn't specified in an access log. So it's just assuming it's the name of my desktop machine. And I'm going to change this to web. So we'll click review. That looks correct. So we can click submit. And now we can go ahead and start searching, or we can add more data. Now the other file is a Linux secure log. It's the same as the var log auth log. So before you move on, go ahead and go through the same steps adding that.